Hello, this is DarkElf85 on YouTube or HektontheMage on PSN, and welcome back to a special night of Vampire the Masquerade Shadows of New York. I hope everyone is doing okay. I'm okay. I'm recovering from another interview. Yeah, basically after I have my interviews for teaching positions, obviously because time difference and whatnot, yeah, I don't go to bed until like after midnight, so like I only get like around 6.5 hours of sleep versus maybe it would be 7.5-ish, due to, when I would normally fall asleep. So I'm only going to tell you some things, not a whole lot, because a lot of it's ongoing. So my first interview for the adjunct position, basically it went good. It went good. Now I'm in the position of, well, I'm doing this other interview and of course balancing those things. So anyone who's been in multiple job interview things and situations where, you're trying to figure out what job to get or whatnot, you probably understand what I'm doing. But yeah, it went. The response about how it went, how the interview last week went, it's very good. Now I had my other interview, and this one is for the full-time position. I had that yesterday, and I don't know. I didn't feel as confident. I mean, I think I answered well, but okay. I'm not gonna say well. Well, it's a higher descriptive in my opinion. I did okay, but I don't know if it was great. Mainly because of there were some very good questions. It's just that a lot of them were challenging to answer based on the things that I've done. And that's just because of the type of teaching that I do here at my current job. That's the issue. And so I tried my best to justify things that I've done and things, to make it fit. I do have a follow-up teaching demonstration that was added separately, and I got that information today. So that's one of the reasons why I'm starting late, is because I was at the coffee shop trying to get things set up for a teaching demonstration. And then of course this is also over what is it, Microsoft Teams. It's over a virtual camera. It's over a web camera basically, so that has its own challenges. And based on that, I don't know if they actually will have, because it depends on the college and university and everything. Some of them will have actual teaching Their teaching demonstration will have, but I mean by actual, I mean like actual students. I don't know if there's going to be actual students, because all I see in it are the same people who are listed who were at my interview. So it could just be the same people, the same potential colleagues doing that, and you're pretending as if they're students, or maybe they will have actual students. I don't know. It all depends on the college and the higher education institution. So yeah, and so I was doing things. I got to so I feel bad with what I created, because I'm doing this based on being kind of tired. And it's kind of added because I'm going to Daejeon to see friends. So I actually will have to, I'm probably going to cut this video short, at most an hour and a half, because I need to message people and say, hey, I can do something during the day or early morning Friday, because the secondary interview is on Friday, but I will need to finish preparing for my teaching demonstration. And the thing that I find challenging is that it's 15 minutes, which I know it could be anywhere between 15 minutes to an hour, but it's like legitimately 15 minutes. So I'm thinking, is it okay to like do sort of things that are teaching group work and whatnot, and then explain other things, or is it like I don't know? You know, like I obviously taught, but I don't know, yeah, how to go about. So I mean, there's certain things that I'm going to like probably explain and mention while actually doing the actual work, because I have it set up where I would do probably 5 minutes to discuss the opening, 5 minutes to go over information on the PowerPoint that I'm creating, and then 5 minutes, I guess, well, and part of that going over things would be with also like group work, which I still don't understand how that works when, yeah, and then the last part will be going over the homework that I will have assigned. And I created quickly like a Canvas web page. I was actually frustrated because it took me a while because I like popped all my courses. I finally like archived them, and then they wouldn't allow me to create a new course, and I was just like, what the heck is going on? Why is everything failing me right now? So I had to like use an old course, duplicate it, and then like re-edit it and delete things and whatnot. I'm just like, meh. So yeah, that was special. I wanted to add some like extra fluff for that, but I don't know if I will have time to do that, because I need to focus on actually practicing what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to do on the train. I'm going to like write down. Actually, did I put my folder over notebook over there? No, I'm going to have to do that, because I'm going to like write down, you know, like what I will actually say. Because unfortunately, I can't print out everything that I typed up as a lesson plan and other stuff. So I'm going to literally have to write it down. So I will do that, because I don't think I can dual screen. Well, I'm on a MacBook Pro, so that's kind of I have a Windows thing for the laptop, and yeah, I'd rather be able to see. It was hard enough to see a lot of the people for the interview because it was like a conference style. So yeah, like an actual conference style, like in a conference room. That's what I mean. Not, you know, yeah. Well, I don't know. I say you know. I don't know how many of you know. Maybe some of you know, but yeah. Okay. Anyway, but yeah. So I'm still kind of like I'm trying to calm down. Like I have the stuff. I should be able to. It's only 15 minutes. I still feel like that's not enough time. What is enough time, to be quite honest? But yeah. And I discussed after the interview last night with I discussed with a colleague, and then I discussed with my sister after this second interview about things. And I do, even though I'm like kind of seem frazzled, I do want that experience of going through the interview especially with the teaching demonstration, because I've only done that one time. Because I've only interviewed like in the USA like once. I don't think I interviewed it other times. Yeah. So yeah, I do want to go through with that and just see, you know. So yeah, I'll see how everything goes with everything, and then maybe I'll have good news on Sunday. I don't know. But anywho, let's continue. Oh yeah, we're going into double spiral. That's what she was going to do. Okay. How do I approach double spiral? Oh yeah, we had this whole. Did it actually save all that discussion? It did. So I'm trying to think what would be better as a Lasombra. Maybe just going in first. I'm trying to remember what I did. If I snuck, or actually went in guns a-blazing, went through the front door. But bluffing in doesn't really help. Yeah. But that's bluffing and she would know. So I think I'm just going to go in, stay covert. Not into a backup shtick. Yeah. I said that was probably going to do this, and it did. Okay. Being aggressive is not me. I don't even want to think about the headaches I'd have to deal with. The less disruptive I am, the better the chance they won't get pissed off at me. And I do need hope to be cooperative. This good cop approach should pay off eventually. Maybe. Alright, let's do this. I'll cloak myself in shadows and let my instinct take over. The lobby isn't well lit. It's not hard to get behind the lone security guard. He does notice something is wrong with the security cameras and hits the display a few times, but once he's done, I'm already inside an emergency staircase and making the descent. The doors to the deepest floor are locked, but it takes just a bit of brute force, and I'm inside. Hello, Double Spiral. Thought you wouldn't see me again, huh? Assholes. I look around and find an emergency evacuation map. Bullseye. Looks like all the information I need is here. There is room 507. The person who I really didn't talk to a lot of this route. Someone comes around. Looks like one of Hope's nerdy ghouls is here to sniff around, but I'm already in the shadows. I slink away as she starts patrolling the corridor, checking if everything is okay. Cameras, body heat sensors, electronic locks, still I'm managing. I remain cautious, just like Kadir would want me to, but it's surprisingly easy for me to avoid security. Progressing toward room 507 is far easier than expected. I reach the Double Spiral offices where, just like Kadir said, hordes of ghouls are slaving away for their company. Deep learning, spyware, social media, manipulation, yada yada. Text messages. Why is she telling me? Okay, so the reason why I'm not caring for this is the place that she's staying with. Okay, so a colleague was asking for suggestions about places to stay before she's going to stay at like 2 different places, and she was curious about like some of the places I've stayed or will be staying at in near Gimpo Airport or International Airport. And I'm basically not going to be using the facilities of the hotel that we will both be staying at near Gimpo International Airport, because when I arrive there in the evening, I'm probably going to have something somewhere else. And then in the morning, I'm not going to be able to have anything at the hotel because I have to leave like at 4:30. To ideally get to the airport around 5-ish to get through all check-in to get to my gate before the 7:55 flight. I still am not sure how I'm going to get over there. Hopefully there'll be a taxi somewhere. That's all I've got to say. Because the subways don't open up until like 5:30. And actually, based on what I was looking at when I was doing the Google Maps, it said like 5:37. So, but anywho, I mean, it's nice that she's informing me. She probably messaged them or something, or looked on their website or something. But doesn't really affect me. Let's see. The important thing right now is everyone is staring at their own screen, so it's easy for me to keep sneaking. Sneak, 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 except for her. Aside from the fact that she still seems to be on my trail, only slowed by the fact she's thorough in her search. I'd better pick up the pace. And there it is, the final corridor. Time to announce myself. I slowly walk to the end of the corridor. There it is, room 507. That's what she looks like. Fascinating. The door looks harder to take care of than the other ones in this place. Probably won't be able to take care of it the same way I did the others. The door to the office of the current Double Spiral CEO. This fucking company. I get pissed off, but I'm trying to control it. There's a camera by the door. If she knows what to look for, she can probably see I'm here on her screen. But just to make sure, I knock on the door. Hope. Oh, sorry. What am I doing? Hope. I'm a Camarilla detective, and I need you to answer some questions. Well, I can't talk. Hope, I know you're in there. Open the door. I will not leave until you do. I'm here on the behalf of the sheriff of New York City. Hope. I keep pounding on the door and calling her name. After a minute or so, her voice rings out in the intercom. I forgot what voice I gave her. Is this thing on? I guess it is. Alright, I got your message loud and clear. I'll meet you in the offices. I'll be right there. Looks like you made it past poor Nastasia. Get back to the offices and keep her company. She's probably beyond pissed off about you eluding her grasp, but don't make it a big deal, okay? Thank you for your cooperation. I will be right there. What's up? On the one hand, clothes you could reasonably expect to find in any CEO's wardrobe. Really? On the other, a body covered in tattoos, flashy jewelry, dyed hair, and wild makeup. It's probably the tattoos, flashy jewelry that made her clothes kind of look like they didn't look professional to me. It looked like club attire, but I need to double check. The thought that she might be yet another CEO playing the nonconformist crosses my mind, but she strikes me as someone who's more than happy to live in her own little bubble. Still, I won't be fooled. She is the boss of Double Spiral. Okay, it is. It's because of everything else that she has on, like the chains on the... Yeah. So, how did you find me? Sheriff Kadir May did. You'd have to ask him. I take out a new cigarette without thinking. You can't smoke in here, lady. Just let her. Don't treat me like I'm your enemy. I come in peace. A deep, relaxing drag. So, when did you realize I was here? Right at the start. There was a momentary laser malfunction. Lasted a second or two. Hasn't tripped an alarm, but I guessed something was off. That's it? Hunches have gotten me every job I've ever had. Hunches saved my life any time I got into a messy situation. These days, the reality is too complicated to rely on anything else. Can't find a better head of security than Anastasia, and her hunches are the main reason why. They're like a sixth sense. I'm curious about the sixth sense. Is that a ghoul thing? Nah, it's that spy-like thing that borders on second sight. James Bond spotting a hidden knife in someone's shoe. Jack Bauer suddenly realizing you hate America. You never actually watched that show. So I don't know really anything about Jack Bauer. So, that kind of thing. And where did you train that second sight? Nastasia shrugs. It's just like making good music, lady. 50% hard work, 50% psychedelics. Okay, I don't agree with that. I mean, I was thinking some other thing, like maybe like creativity, which yes, you could claim psychedelics, but like, come on now, not everyone did those. Oh, I'll take your word for it. Lovely chat, girls, but I'd love it if you saved it for later. I'm CEO now. I have a lot of duties I must pretend to handle. I just need to ask you a few questions. Sure, yeah. Call me if you need me. I've got a weird hunch about this one, too. Don't worry, I'll disappear as quietly as I arrived. Yeah, I'd prefer to be sure that you left, lady, so that I can report it to my boss. We'll talk security later. Don't worry, this shit happens. For now, take 5. Nastasia... It's not Nastasia, is it? There's not another S, Dark. Nastasia. Jeez. Nastasia leaves, and I'm left alone with Hope in the corner of the office. It feels funny to stand here in front of you. Oh, and, why is that? You people had me fired from my job before I was embraced. I see. You're that, Sowinski girl from Ladestar. I thought she would know. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, I think she is that. Somehow I never put two and two together. So you're the Lasombra rep for the city now, huh? As she's talking to me, she keeps tapping at her phone with terrifying speed. I don't feel like I have her full focus, and it's getting on my nerves. Just so you know, I have no idea why you've taken Cara Montgomery's place, and I doubt you'd tell me, but the bitch deserves to burn in hell. Hell yeah, she does. Wait, did you just admit? Hold your horses. No, Jesus, this is why normal CEOs pay for PR people to talk for them. I only agree that she's a horrible person in every way that counts. Nothing more. Does she know that's what you think of her? Why did she let you take her position in the first place? What? I will just cut through the bullshit, okay, Miss Ladestar? I guess this is about Jesse and Kara covering his creepy ass. You spent months on this case, and you'd like some closure. Pretty much. Well, here's your closure. Double Spiral has severed practically all ties with them. They don't work here, they get no company money, they probably won't even show up here again. The company's not in their circus anymore, and the workers are not their monkeys. I'm in charge now. So, yeah, if there's anything you'd like from me, I'm all ears. It wasn't just Jesse and his sister. This company has ingrained structures of abuse and immoral. I've ordered internal investigations and audits. Everyone related to those illicit activities was disciplined. Legal actions, firings, and rebukes, all depending on the severity of the misdemeanors. I don't have a stomach for all that creepy corporate shit, so I'm trying to steer the ship in the right direction. Don't know what else I can tell you. For fuck's sake. No matter how I look at it, no, it's not another it. Seems like she's done everything I hoped to achieve. The Montgomery clan is over. The queen bitch, a symbol of everything that's wrong with tech CEOs, is gone. Jesse, that perverted, embezzling son of a bitch, is gone. I should be glad, so why is there a sinking pit in my stomach? I don't know. I don't know why you have a sinking pit in your stomach. It's probably because making amends, fighting retribution, whatever, doesn't really feel well in the end. I don't know. Let's just say the middle one. So that's capitalism, huh? Is it? I think it's something worse. When I look at the online world, I don't see capital ruling us. I only see incomprehensible vectors, unknown entities constantly opening and closing various markets of information. This is something worse than what familiar 20th century terminology taught us. I don't know what it is, but it's terrifying, and it will continue until we give it a name. But you look like you need emotional support, not my depressing philosophizing. Shit sucks, and I'm sorry. The biggest case of my professional life, solved by some weirdo who fucked Kara and Jesse over in presumably underhanded ways. It doesn't get more anticlimactic than this. Fucking hell. I want to ask her how she did it, but why would she tell me? All I can guess is she's an outcast who decided to get her hands dirty and obtain power to do something she considered good. Something I've always been afraid to. Anyway, I feel for you, but I have a lot of work to do. So if this wasn't just a trip down memory lane and you have any other questions, speak now or forever hold your peace, okay? Feel like a car just ran over me, but I need to keep my shit together. Right, a few days ago, the Anarch Baron was found dead in his office. Are you familiar with the case? Douglas Callihan. Of course I'm familiar. Every kindred online is talking about it. And what are they saying? Excuse me. They're accusing everyone. I mean, it is the internet. Are they accusing you? Why would they do that? I found a peculiar note in Callihan's remains. It had your name on it. Huh? What can you say about this? Nothing. I never met the guy. I've never even seen him. He wasn't my crowd. Then why would he have a note with your name in his pocket? Why were Walt Disney's last written words Kurt Russell? No clue. Is that true? I watch her closely, but nothing suggests she's hiding anything. Well, the note actually contained 3 other names and nothing else. Agathon, D'Angelo, Tamika. Ringing any bells now? Her finger, which hasn't stopped moving across the phone, touchscreen since I first saw her, freezes. Yeah, it kind of does actually. It's a short list of promising unaffiliated kindred that was making the rounds in NYC a few months ago. In case anyone needed a hero for hire. I didn't know Callihan had it. I know Sophie Langley did, as well as a few Primogen. Not sure about the Anarchs. Who could have prepared this list? One of the local information brokers. A short but telling pause. Anonymous. How anonymous? Sort of anonymous? She's obviously conflicted about whether she should tell me, or maybe she's pretending so that I warm it out of her. I've been a good sport ever since I walked through her door. Maybe appealing to her sense of morality will work. I really need your help. I want to prevent the tensions between the local anarchs and the court from escalating, and every lead helps. She briefly considers her opinions, same difference, options, then gives up. It's my sire, Carter Vander Weyden. Oh. He's brokering information? Everyone knows becoming the Prince of New York is his ultimate goal, and that he wants to make friends in all the high places. Sharing useful intel is a pretty effective way to achieve that. So you're telling me that he is a Malkavian Primogen, sold this list to an Anarch Baron? I didn't pause properly, I apologize, folks. Sure looks like it. Why would he suggest his own child to somebody? To have a person on the inside, just another way to further his information web. Wouldn't they realize you two are close? The story going around is, he left me alone and I hate his guts. Well, at least half of that is true. Probably left you alone. She's talkative. Probably sees me as a way to undermine Carter. Let's see how much further I can push her. Huh, I was wondering how someone like you could control a company like Double Spiral. I suppose a friend in high places would explain it. Yeah, lucky me. That's that. Not happy about being a boss girl? Being a girl boss, whatever. Leading one of the biggest IT companies in the country? A boss, huh. She stares at dozens of displays on the wall in front of her. Do you remember the Y2K era internet? Jesus, I barely remember the internet at all. My people can't really use it. But yeah, I guess I sort of remember. Forums, geosites, browser wars, all those handmade amateurish web pages. It was really nice. I remember a lot of those geosites. Forums. Forums. Certain things of the internet have changed for good, but a lot of things have not. Not that I'm saying that there were a lot of good things in the early stages, but, you know. It was a golden age. Everyone was welcome to freely express their creativity and obsessions in this abstract new frontier. Yeah, that's the thing. Anything new has different creativity in it, and then it gets clamped down because it's been used, or because there are certain regulations that get added on, or because certain individuals that did New Frontier things were not doing the great things. So yeah. Every site was a distinct new universe to explore. Forgotten or film-related rules, then every site, yeah. You know, as a kid, for some reason I kept saving every web page that moved or changed me in some way. I don't even know why I did it, but today a folder with these is one of my greatest treasures. Fast forward to today. I'm the boss of a company that has one overarching goal: steer the online narrative in every possible way that benefits the Camarilla. And because the online world is so fucked right now, I can do it using only 5 websites or so. Every day, I deploy thousands of believable sock puppets to force some belief on the masses. Right now, they are being managed by these ghouls. Soon, they will be partially managed by AI. Basically, an all-American version of the Chinese 50-cent party. A new pattern of public opinion guidance. Ever since I was a teen, I've pretended to be different people online for fun. Aping the posting patterns of others was something I turned out to be horrifyingly good at. I became even better at it after the embrace. Something about the voice of Malkav in my head. After several years, I became a one-person internet empire. I could impersonate anyone. A humble florist from Chattanooga who strives to share positive energy with their audience using photos of beautiful boutiques, motivational quotes, and the occasional The Office gif. A single mom from Brighton who, I don't know what Brighton sounds like, who reckons all these trans women must be bonkers and spends seemingly every waking moment of her life having a row with anyone who disagrees. I don't know if this is his. A 19-year-old kid from Utah who keeps posting Y2K 3D renders of poorly proportioned, scantily clad ladies and telling his audience to remember what they took from you. Somehow this talent got me here, where it's no longer fun, but work. Work I usually entrust to these ghouls because of all my duties. I want out before my entire fucking mind gets monetized. But Carter won't have that, so I'll keep doing my best for both him and Double Spiral's investors. So that's why she wants me to look at him. I assume most of your operations focus on New York City. A lot of them, yeah. Hello there. How do you imitate a New Yorker voice with these sock puppet accounts? Living in Manhattan and being mentally unstable makes this shit easy. To a normal, well-adjusted person from outside the city, everyone here seems mentally unstable. Mostly everyone's mentally unstable. Ever watch that 9/11 Howard Stern show? No. Check it out someday. It's educational. Ask anyone in NYC about it, and they're like, it was a great bonding moment. He was helping us make sense of everything. He kept saying what we were all thinking. Then you listen to it, and it's everyone yelling that we need to nuke something, maybe the entire world, get rid of all the Muslims, fuck human rights, no investigations, take the oil, cheery. You watch it, you study it, you witness that specific brand of humor in the face of tragedy, and you understand that nothing outside of NYC really exists for the people who live here, or the vampires. Ugh. Yet another reason why I should never go to NYC. A foundational text, really. Whenever I need to get in that New York mindset for work, I let it play in the background. Works like a charm. Seriously, give it a shot sometime. Someday I might. For now, I think I will confront Vander Weyden in what you've told me. Or is it what you haven't told me? What's the story? Me? Of course I haven't told you anything. You're such a good investigator. You figured it out by yourself. And if he asks, just tell him Kaiser sold you the information. That should do the trick. I see. Thank you. What for? I did nothing. Wow, that was weird. Let Nastia show you out. And if you don't know Vander Weyden's address, just ask her. What is it? The VM, what? Not DMV, not FMV. There we go. It's just like, what's the phrase? What's the abbreviation? The FMV movement. Okay. I'm probably going to screw this up. Okay. Anyway, thank you for having me, Mr. Vander Weyden. Which I'm probably also screwing up his name. Oh, I forgot he looks so creepy. Because of shadow on his face and that grin. Well, shadow on all, like half of his He's just creepy. It's just so stranger danger. I just get shivers looking at him, which means it's good, but no need. I'll be happy to assist your investigation in whatever way I can, Miss Sowinski. That sickeningly sweet smile in this office, spacious but oppressive. Here's a man who knows how to subtly unnerve people. But does he even realize it? Of course he does. And I'm sure the presence of the esteemed Addison Payne will guarantee I'm totally transparent. Am I right, Addison? Oh yeah, he's here. Looks like I've interrupted a friendly meeting. In that far corner of the room, I spot glasses of blood and 2 spittoons. Vices and follies of the rich. Are you sure I'm not wasting your time? Not at all. Busy as I might be, I can't say I'm not curious about the findings in the case. Yes, my thoughts exactly. So, how are you handling your newfound responsibilities? I'm managing. I'll start by asking the obvious. Where were you the night Douglas Callihan met his untimely demise? Vander Weyden raises an eyebrow and then lets out a restrained chuckle. Hear that, Addison? I might be suspected of foul play. Exciting, isn't it? Crowder, no antics, please. Just answer the question. Of course. Well, I was right here. Just like I told Prince Panhard, as much as I love to celebrate my power, sometimes one has to celebrate the amount of work piling up on their desk. So your alibi is you were right here. Alibi? Yes, I suppose. Can anyone back up your story? Well, I did make a few business-related phone calls as I was working, so there's that. That doesn't really answer my question, does it? He regards me with a stare reserved for a troublesome child. Miss Sowinski, this right here is my private little fortress. A space specifically designed to make me focus. I don't really let people in to break that focus. Aside from occasional esteemed guests, such as yourselves, of course, and a few wonderful Mexican women responsible for the cleaning duties. So you don't have an alibi. The look in his eyes screams, why won't you at least pretend to try and get on board with my program, kid? I suppose, but why would that matter? Because I found something that belongs to you on the victim's person. Pardon me. Took the words right out of my mouth. We're not talking a murder weapon or something of that caliber, of course. No, it was a short list of 4 names, unaffiliated kindred, whose services could be useful to anyone interested in toppling the current power balance in NYC. Tamika, Hope, D'Angelo, Agathon. Excuse me, Miss Sowinski, but I'm afraid I don't follow. How is that something that belongs to me? I have it on good authority that it's a short list you've been shopping around to anyone interested here in NYC, be it the Camarilla or the Anarchs. Addison tenses up, and his host is not happy about it. Ooh. This is just preposterous. I'm calling your bluff right here, miss. No, the bluff is coming right now. Mr. Vander Weyden, if you want to voice concerns about the information I have, how about you voice them to Kaiser, not me? Addison turns to Vander Weyden, clenching his lips and gripping his wheelchair armrest tightly. Oh, he's not smiling anymore. This makes him even more dangerous. For a brief moment, the ever-present smile on Vander Weyden's face goes missing, and the expression that replaces it reminds me of a horrifying void, like a sneak peek into what's really going on in his soul. He quickly collects himself, but the image is burned into my retinas. Yeah, I know. That's creepy. It was creepy. I mean, this is creepy, but that was creepier. To think these sorts of unsavory rumors are circulating around me. I should be grateful you let me know. So you're denying it? Of course I'm denying it, categorically. You can bet your life savings on it. Bet my bottom dollar. I certainly hope it is nothing more than an unfortunate blunder. Et tu, Brute? Come on, Addison. We've known each other for years. Yes, and what about it? I will... Sweet Jesus, Addison. I will get back to you in a second. Any more questions, Miss Sowinski? Any of the names on the list sound familiar to you? No, I mean yes. That is my long-estranged child on your list. But that's just another reason why I'm flabbergasted anyone would consider it mine. I see. Well, I promise... Nope. I hope you understand why I'm considering your prime suspect now. Yes, and I swear to clear my name as soon as possible. Scout's honor. Any more questions? I'm good for now. Sheriff Alice May will probably contact you later. I will get in touch with him myself, ASAP. Once again, thank you for your hard work. Or thank you for your work. Dark, stop adding words. He extends his hand toward me, practically forcing me to shake it. Then he puts his hand on my shoulder to lead me to the door, all too eager to see me off. Out of sheer curiosity, Mr. Van der Weyden, I have one more question. It may be a bit random. I really didn't need to ask it, but I wanted him to die inside for a moment. Of course, my dear. His slightly strained tone suggests I may have succeeded. You seem like a person who couldn't live outside of NYC. By chance, have you listened to Howard Stern's talk show after the World Trade Center fell? A tad unsure, but once again carefully controlled chuckle escapes his mouth. Geez, that is random, but well, New York born and raised, just like you said. Of course I did. Your opinion? Same as everyone else? It was the spiritual guidance we needed that day, coming from the unlikeliest of places. A visceral response that verbalized everything we felt. A beautiful moment of unity. Not that I'm into lowbrow jokes about Pamela Anderson and the typical shock value that show tended to offer, but as far as I'm concerned, Howard did an indispensable thing that day. Why are you asking? No particular reason. I thought it might give me some insight into the kind of person you are. Well, that's the kind of person I am. Just your average New Yorker. So it seems. Well then, I'll leave you and Mr. Payne to your plans of conquering the city. Conquering the... Now that's spicy. Addison, I love this girl. She's gonna go far, I'm telling you. She's got that spunk, that glint in her eye. Goodbye, Miss Sowinski. I wish you a pleasant respite and a swift success in your investigation. Good night. I make it a point to bow to Addison's servant, not the man himself. I doubt he even noticed, but at least these invisible displays of rebellion make me feel a little better about myself. My gosh, I'm saying the words out of order. All right, the faster I leave, the better. Oh, okay. Julia. Father, how are you holding up? Also, do you remember what my voice sounded like? Because I don't. Gosh. I don't know why I can't remember the voices I give. Unless it has to be someone who has like probably over 5,000 lines of dialogue. Gosh. I'm fine. Stumbling around and hoping for a miracle to happen, like always. No better place to ask for a miracle than behind these gates, you know. So I hear. As I pass him the report about Ashlyn, I remember. Ashlyn and Agathon. I look around, but Benoit is nowhere to be seen. Just gonna ignore his absence. I decide to stay silent and simply bask in the happiness of something good finally happening in my own life. But of course, it doesn't last for long. I sent Benoit away because I wanted to talk to you about him. Oh, okay. I knew it. Placate him? How exactly? Benoit won't accept anything less than me joining a convent. He's like a worried parent. A basic gesture here and there, showing up in church from time to time, and pretending to listen would get him off your case. I mean, I've been through this song and dance before with my own worried parents when I was a teenager, wandering in the forest until mass was over, not even being able to smoke because they'd pick up the scent. Not the best moments of my life, you know, and part of the reason I'm distancing myself from them. I don't need this fake energy in my life, and I'm honestly weirded out by you asking me to lie. I mean, it is kind of weird. If I kind of mean a lot. I mean, partly because of what you should be doing as one of the religious faith, but at the same time, it's not because it's the Catholic Church. Anyway, I'm not asking you to lie, Juliet. Really? If you're going to say bending the truth, that's still lying. Let me ask you this way. Are you a spiritual person? I guess I am, kind of. Always was. Suddenly being able to see ghosts did not change a thing. I think it's mostly because seeing the world as purely material seemed boring to me somehow. You are and you were raised Catholic, so can't you find a way to express that spirituality in our church? Also, why is she not getting burned near... Actually, is Father Leonard even that strongly spiritual? Because, yeah, she is, like, up next to him. It wasn't like the other guy, which I'm forgetting his name, unfortunately. He was a beacon of holiness. So it makes me wonder. I don't see a way right now. And why is that? I sigh. Too many people who think my soul needs to be saved because I live with a woman, for starters. I don't know. There's a lot of reasons. Like the sin of drinking blood every other night, or feeling some primal fear whenever I walk by a clergyman whose faith seems to actually be genuine. Yeah, okay, so it's not him. That one sounds like an excuse. It's about your relationship with God, not other people. Oh my gosh. He's a liberal? Father? Is that even possible? Actually, Dark has a story. When he was a teenager, and thinking, this is maybe it was preteens, teenager, before, you know what? That should be fine. I just took the scab off from on my left knee where I fell down like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's not bleeding out, so it's fine to take it off. I mean, there's still skin that needs to be covered there, but it should be fine. I don't know. I wasn't messing with it, and it just boop, it came off. I'm like, lovely, but at least it's okay. When I was that age, when I was questioning sexuality and whatnot, kind of questioning, kind of avoiding questioning because I don't want to question it, but, you know, kind of being forced to question it because of society. I did think about joining the clergy, mainly because, well, they're not supposed to have the, you know, Catholic men and Catholic priests don't have sex. So why not? I could probably get away with that. It's probably easy to not think about it if I'm yeah. Yep. So Dark at one point did think that. And I will say when I was younger, I was more with the church. More doing stuff with the church and into things with that. But, yeah. There we go, folks. Oh. But anyhow. Of course, 13 years not really going to mass because it's in another language that I barely understand. Doesn't really help with me wanting to really go to mass. But who knows? Maybe I'll start doing that when I come back to the USA. I haven't decided yet. Let's see. Where am I? In theory, but back in the old country, I've heard my share of homilies that felt like complete condemnations of my kind, and none that would condemn hate toward people like me. And you know, when church-adjacent people try to stir shit around your very existence every few months, some minimal support will be appreciated. Sorry, all you can count on is silent complicity. I get it. I know there's a lot of work to be done and a lot of undeserved hurt going around, but listen, I don't even want to talk about it. I fucking hate the tone I use when I talk about it. I sound preachier than those preachers, and my biggest dream is just not to give a shit. But I remember things, like this story about a guy from my hometown, most macho guy around, with a jaw you could sharpen a knife on. He became an actor in Warsaw, very successful, deservedly so. So, shoot, where's Warsaw again? That's Poland, right? Or is it Hungary? I'm pretty sure it's Poland. I don't think it's Hungary. If only my flight leaving Korea on the 2nd of August was later. I don't know why Japan Airlines wants to go that late. So many things. Sorry, I was looking up something. I saw the message from my colleague again. Why is this in Korean? Why can't I just go flip back to English? Okay, so Warsaw. No, actually search Warsaw, don't delete. I am right, Poland. Okay, good, I'm not crazy. I'm not cray-cray. I think I remember what this story goes into, and it's rather depressing. He became an actor in Warsaw. Very successful, deservedly so. The capital might not be NYC, but it is still a big city, and big cities go to the heads of bumpkins like us. In his case, it resulted in a dream of coming out to his parents. He was surrounded by all these stories of openly queer people, played one even, so he thought he had a chance at making it work. So he goes back to his town, tells everyone he's going to live his truth. His dad, a ruling party adjacent businessman, curses him. His uncle takes him into the bushes and starts to destroy him physically. It's so bad he gets put in the ICU. His face and jaw get ruined for good. Fast forward a year or two. With his career over, the guy is stuck in his parents' rustic house. With no other path to follow, he turns to God, who tells him to forgive his kin. Maybe it is kind then. Yeah. Anyway, with the E at the end. Anyway, everything is fine again. Angelic choirs sing of divine mercy. A kind-looking priest talks about protecting our families. A man sits in the front row of the church, a disfigured smile on his face. But that story alone didn't drive me away. One time, when I saw how blissful he was, I could swear he was actually able to hear God whispering to him. He looked like a saint. It fucked me up so bad I left. I feel nauseated now. Maybe I'm still reeling from hearing about Kara and Jesse Montgomery. Now, if we could talk about it, if we could never talk about it again, that'd be great. I know that I tend to sound like a loser who loves to pontificate about shit I can't change, but I at least keep trying to change myself, damn it. I won't offer empty platitudes, but I think I understand what I was meant to understand. I hope I haven't insulted you in any way. Whatever. I've learned not to hold people responsible for what the rest of their organization is doing. It would be hard looking in the mirror otherwise. Not that there's much I could see in the mirror right now, sorry. I'm just wondering about one thing. There is always a cross on your chest. I like how it goes with my outfit. Is it just a fashionable accessory to you? I don't know what I chose before. I mean, it obviously means something more. You don't just wear it. Actually, another dark story, and this one is more recent. So I met with some people. It was with a colleague and one of her friends, and her friend, and this was at a coffee shop, and her friend noticed me wearing a cross, because I do have a cross. And I was going to go into the story behind it, but I wasn't able to do it. And let me tell it to all of you. I'm probably going to do that one, but I'm not sure. So I wear a cross on Sundays. Obviously, I'm a good Catholic boy, good Christian boy, religious. But the main reason behind that is because when I was young again, teenage, probably. This is also when, this would be when we were living in the old home in Omaha, in Nebraska. My mom gave me made a comment about what I was wearing, because people would be, I don't know if she said staring at us or staring at me, because of what the necklace was. So I didn't have a lot of necklaces at that time. I don't have a whole lot. Well, I personally don't think it's a whole lot, but one could argue otherwise. But basically, I was wearing. It was something I got from the Renaissance Festival, which, oddly enough, this one has not broken. Other things have broken over time because it's like made from pewter or something weaker. I don't know. I think it's from pewter, but it's basically like a type of marble. No, it's not like a glass marble. But I don't know what type of marble. I'm just gonna say marble for a better word, with a snake around it. Now, if you're Christian, you can have an understanding of maybe what that might be. And so my mom made a comment about that, and I think she also, either she said that or it's what she thinks, one or the other. Because I've worn it other times when not on Sunday, and she would make the comment. I'm just like, really, Mom? Think of the Midgar serpent. Anyway, that's a different, yeah, shh. But, yeah, so because of that, I decided, fine, on Sundays I'll wear a cross. And that's what I've done since then. Dark, placating to others. No, but yeah, so yeah, that's what I do, and so she knows that. I mean, because I don't wear it otherwise. Other days, I mean, if I'm wearing jewelry, it's going to be, yeah, dragon or gem or some other stone or whatever that I might have. I mean, technically, I even have two different necklaces that have the yin yang symbol on it, and that relates to Buddhism, technically, so a different religion. Oh no. But yeah, on Sundays I do wear the cross. Anyway, that's another dark story. Let's say it's something. It's something more. It's a memento reminding me of a broken promise. That's all. I won't inquire further. Good. Oh, sorry. Let's say good night. So I was going to say good night, and they're like, oh, it's only good. It's a good. Yeah, good. Have a good night, Father. I find her sitting in bed, scrolling through Pinterest on her phone. So how are you doing, detective? Shitty. I fall on my bed, bury my face in the pillows, and scream. That bad, huh? And I want to tell her about Double Spiral. I still have to figure out how I feel about it. I'm just not cut out for this. I need to drink some tea. Sorry, folks. Just thinking of everything that I'm doing with my life right now. And how maybe it could get better or not because of the choices I've made or will be making. Anywho. Oh, shut up. If you aren't, who is? Sherlock Holmes, Hercule Poirot, Columbo, Mads Mikkelsen's boyfriend from Hannibal, whatever his name was, I don't know. Someone who can actually put two and two together. You can't fool me into believing you're incompetent, you dumbass. I've read your articles. Don't pretend you've suddenly forgotten how to do your work or your job. Same difference. I was going to say work. Excuse me. I haven't, but I've got no evidence, no witnesses, no promising leads, nothing. I just stumble around assuming things, talking big. Blech. So you're like, I don't know, Jack Nicholson in Chinatown, and he actually solved his case. And then wished he never took it up. Was that supposed to cheer me up? I'm just saying that the situation you're in sounds an awful lot like Chinatown. Depraved elites, big plans for the city, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and that's depressing. It is what it is. I say that. I actually said that multiple times today. I just think you should approach it this way and look for a solution to your problems outside of the box. Not as a mystery, but maybe like a trap to escape? Maybe. Throw myself on the bed again and lied there for a bit, staring at the ceiling. Then I approached Dakota from behind and tugged her sleeve to draw her attention. Psst. Hey. Put the phone away. Now? Come on, Jules. We can't do this every night. I've got my own work. And I need to worry about anemia. You said so yourself. Besides, I was just looking for inspiration. I rub against her clothes with my face like a cat. You're impossible. Haven't you noticed what's going on in the news? People are going absolutely insane about this virus, canceling trips and orders and... Pretty please? I can't, honey. I have to replenish my stash. And besides, I'm worried about overuse. My brain is working a bit too slow. My balance is off. I was just thinking how I miss meditation. I thought it was medication. That's why I got tripped up. She's giving me clear signals she just wants an excuse. And even though it would be the responsible thing to do, I know she's insatiable. She's usually the one who takes the initiative. Let's try a final push. I bite her ear and whisper in it. No drugs tonight. Let's do this raw. She throws her hands up in the air. Victory. Jesus, you're greedy these days. Always have been. Haven't you noticed? I don't want to... Okay, good. I don't have to deal with that woman. Psst, I hit rest. Game. I clearly hit rest. Oh, you're up early. Yeah, told you got work to do. I stretch. That's admirable. Reminds me of that one quote you always used to throw around. A lot of people say you can't smoke dope and get drunk when you got kids, and that's not true. You can, but you still gotta get up in the morning. That's being responsible. It's true. It's so bad, but it's true. That's the one. I never understood why it was so hilarious to you. Neither did I. I just accepted the mystery, made it my personal credo. I'm a responsible person. Are you planning to have kids? Not in a million years. By the way, you've got mail. You've got mail. An envelope by the door. It's from Kadir. Inside is a message saying he won't be able to make it tonight, but will rendezvous tomorrow to meet D'Angelo. He wants me to lay low until then, and to stay in this apartment if possible. Apparently nobody knows where Tamika is. They only know she's in trouble, and he doesn't want me near it. Well, what is it? Looks like I need to hit the town. Next lead. Probably useless, but the investigation continues. It would be fun to spend some more time together, you know. Dakota, you know this is important to me. I know, but I'd like to know how I'm important to you as well. Oh, maybe I should have not said that. Shit. I probably did that one the last time. Whatever. That makes two of us. Just a few more days, I will find the killer, kick his ass, get a promotion, and we'll do something we've never done before. Like what? Good question. I'll think of something. For now, catch up with your work. I need to get going. Fine. Good luck. Stay safe. You know it. This place is weirdly empty tonight. Oh well. Also, what's my battery power? 2 pellets still. Okie dokie smoky. I'll have the usual. I feel there's a big "what are we doing in this relationship" talk coming if I don't change my ways. I remember this because I do remember what happens, and I wonder if that doesn't happen if there are different choices you make. For those who played this, who might be watching, you probably know what I mean. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised it hasn't already happened. But most of the time, Dakota has seemed happy enough just listening to the stories of my unlife. Even if it's all boring and normal to me, it's exotic and engrossing to her. Guess I have that going on for me. Oh well. Ah well, not oh well. Same difference though. I have no idea what to do tonight, so I'll just do the obvious thing and wing it. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the very heart of it, or however it went. Actually, I don't remember. I feel like I should know it, but I don't know it. Time to lose myself in these busy streets and pray that the answers I'm looking for are out there. How about just sucking someone off? Because I need to do that. And if they're not, maybe I'll at least find some amusement or blood inside. Yeah, I need to suck someone off. Camera shyness, no, I don't want to be a part of your goddamn interview. Look, can I not be bothered for one goddamn second? You're not listening. Prince of Cats, I need to resolve this thing with Dakota. As if going around in circles on behalf of the court wasn't stressful enough. Maybe a visit to some quiet neighborhood would clear my head. Sure, let's do that. I don't remember which one I chose. I really don't, so let's do this one. I need some water. Ash! Water splash, or spray, because it's carbonated. There we go. It's green grape flavored. The Victoria. I assume that's Victoria Falls. I'm not going to get a straight answer for that because it's probably going to be in Korean if it states that. But that's what I'm assuming. There it is. That distinct vibe of Manhattan's residential area. I try to make that sound audible. And an unmistakable scent of casserole enveloping the surroundings in a heavily aura. Wait, you could actually smell that and like it? I thought maybe its smells are still okay, but its taste that is disgusting. And of course harm them. I thought smell was bad too. Maybe it just depends on whoever or how you interpret it. Yeah. Excuse me. The atmosphere of desolation makes it feel more like purgatory though. There's not a single store in sight and crap. I assume because it's that one guy's face that we saw earlier. Looks like I'm not alone after all. Some guy exerts himself climbing a nearby tree. I instinctively take a step into the shadows to remain outside his line of sight, but I can barely see anything from where I stand. Stay low. Better to curb my voyeuristic impulses and keep my head down. For a good while, all I can hear is heavy panting. Come on, dude. This oak isn't even that tall. Sure looks like it's the first time the guy ever tried climbing a tree. I haven't climbed a tree since I was probably... I'm going to say 8 years old, because we didn't really have any trees in the neighborhood that we moved to in the old, well, nearby, okay, that were climbable around my home in the old house in Omaha. Any trees that would be climbable would have been far, far away. And that doesn't really help. It takes a long time, and now, okay, it takes a long time for the mysterious trespasser to steady his breath and carry on. At this distance, I can barely discern his features. He sizes up one of the longer branches. It seems sturdy enough and nearly reaches a narrow window on the second floor. Still, the guy is hesitant. All right, no biggie, just eyes on the prize. He moves a few steps along the branch, his feet slipping every other step on his way to the window. By some inexplicable fluke, he manages to keep his balance. Once he makes it far enough, the branch slowly bends under his weight. He kneels down, probably calculating his chances to make it over the windowsill. My guy, if you pull this off, it'll be a legit miracle. I can't help but cheer him on. The trespasser scouts his surroundings one last time, making sure no one can see him. Then he reaches into his pocket, pulls out what looks like a marble, and zeroes in on the window. Okay, here we go. He tosses the marble with the grace of a baseball pitcher. The clink of the glass is subtle, but it proves effective enough to alert whoever lives inside. A few seconds later, the window opens with the creak of a wooden frame, followed by the muffled but undeniably happy voice of the girl inside. Prince, how did you... I told you this is too dangerous. My dad. Oh, fuck him. You can't let him make this choice for us. You know how I feel about you, don't you? I do, but... Just let me in, baby. I promise, we'll figure something out. All right, just come in quickly. And just like that, Prince throws away all of his doubt and he eagerly jumps inside, straight into the arms of his forbidden lover. It actually makes me smile. The peeping eye scores another victory. What a story. Heartwarming, nostalgic. It's just too bad it's too cliche to steal for my writing. What, Julia, you don't write anymore? Yeah, but it's not like you can simply stop thinking like a writer. Gotta use that energy elsewhere somehow. But for now, let's just start heading downtown. All of a sudden, the world ends. Everything stops. I'm lost in the darkness and there's not even a heartbeat to guide me. It's like sleep paralysis, except it feels as if wow, I need to end soon, folks. I apologize. Except it feels as if I suddenly woke up from reality instead of a dream. Instinctively, I react to it the same way I used to react whenever I woke up in the middle of the night, aware but not able to move or speak. I just wait for it to pass. But instead of slowly regaining control, I just see a bizarre room emerge from the darkness. Just look at her, flesh refusing its fate. It is. It's not the one you were looking for, is it? He was led like a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep is silent before the shearers, he did not open his mouth. There is none righteous, not even one. There is none righteous, not even one. There is none who understands. There is none who seeks for God. All have turned aside. Together they have become useless. If anyone curses his father or mother, he must be put to death. Raging waves of the sea, foaming up their own shame, wandering stars for whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. Whenever I become one with the darkness, there's always this nagging fear that it might be impossible to become the normal me again. That instinct of the shadows returning to normal, I will let my consciousness be dragged somewhere else, somewhere between the worlds. Somewhere like this, wherever this is. This is the first time that fear has come true. Are you afraid? It's a bad idea to answer. Don't do it. Yes. Ahaha! Excellent. 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 I think I need to sit in this chair. I think I need to sit in this chair. Gee, I wonder which option I should choose. No, not that option. Because that's not really an option. I would choose the last one. I sit in the chair. Still, in the lean years and unworthy of joining the rest, however the path is open, it is a path of obligation, liability, a debt that will be repaid one day. And when she asks you what brought you here, let her response be a scent of death. Suddenly, I feel my mind beginning to drift away from here. I'm slowly starting to regain control over my thoughts. No, you aren't. Yes, I am. Fine, think whatever you want. Find myself in a dark corner, leaning against a wet, cold brick wall. I think I'm conscious again, back from wherever it was, awake but in an unfamiliar place. Well, let's just hope it's still in New York City. I emerge from the shadows to see where I am. A source of light above my head momentarily blinds me, causing me to instinctively raise my hand. Oh gosh. As I do, I hit some sort of garbage bag with my hand. It falls to the floor, letting loose a metallic ding. What the fuck? A woman. I feel her hand grabbing my clothes. She brutally drags me closer. With one of my hands already above my head, I raise the other. Easy. Peace. I mean you no harm. How long have you been here? I don't know. I've got no idea what I'm doing. Here, or in general, really. It's like sometimes the forces I control figure out how to control me. What are you, a junkie? No. You're kindred. Yeah. Keep your shit together, damn it. I'm Julia Sowinski, the representative of the Lasombra in New York City. Camarilla? Uh-huh. I'm a Camarilla investigator. Well, if you came to catch me, you're gonna be sorry you tried, Miss Lasombra. No. Stop right there. Stop right here. I wasn't ordered to catch anybody. I'm just investigating Douglas Callihan's death. This surprises her. She loosens her grip slightly. Callihan is dead. Oh, I remember who... I know who this is. Duh. Callihan is dead. Nothing left but a rotten carcass and a musty robe. Well, I'll be damned. I've been off the grid for too long. What brought you here? A memory from a different word pops up in my head. Yeah, I think I know the right answer. A scent of death. She lets me go. I rub my eyes and finally get a good look at her face. Yep. I remember where this leads to Mika. Dictionary updated. She's gorgeous, and judging by her nomadic clothes and that particularly fierce aurora, she is probably an outlander. Nope. Dark doesn't remember what button to push. Clan Gangrel. Clan Gangrel is made up of those who have fallen through the cracks of society. They call the cruelest neighborhoods home, and they consider this a point of pride. They hold few domain and follow no prince. This clan embraces from the ranks of those who have already spilled blood and had their blood spilled, who have survived the harshest conditions, who have fought against horrible odds and still came out on top. Prison gang leaders, vagrants, and any other kind who have seen the darkest sides of this world. Occasionally, I'm told, you'll see one who breaks this mold and pursues knowledge or influence instead. Among the gangrel, respect is everything. And I lost it! Respect is everything and is always earned, never given. Commonly referred to as wolves, ferals, and outcasts, or, if you want to piss them off, animals, strays, or savages. We'll have to talk, you and I. Sure, what's your name? Tamika. Pass me a smoke, will you? If only it could, my heart would skip a beat right now. Tamika, I guess, once again, someone out there led me to the proper path. Yeah, sure. When I pass her a cigarette, I realize I'm standing in something wet. Something that smells tasty. I look at my feet and see a puddle of water mixed with blood. Oh, I get it. Were these guys First Light? The high-powered guns and expensive-looking outfits, flashbangs, tasers, all chosen specifically to combat the undead. I recognize that equipment from some horror stories I've heard. First Light, SI, USS OCOM, I don't know how that would be, or maybe USS OCOM, whatever they call themselves, they all bleed out the same, usually before I have the chance to ask them a single question. Government-funded inquisitors. Some claim they're connected to the U.S. government. Some claim they're supported by the anti-kindred faction in the Holy See. Some have even wilder theories. You do this all by yourself. Have you seriously seen nothing? Nothing at all. I shake my head. Believe it or not, I have no idea how I got here. I just kind of let the shadows guide me. This Lasombra thing. I've never actually talked to any of you. No idea what you guys can actually do. Still learning the ropes myself. Go with the flow and all that. My embrace was just a few months ago. Huh. So you folks are with the Ivory Tower now? Last I checked, you were with the Sabbat. The Camis wouldn't forgive all the trouble you've caused them overnight. The Sabbat, an extremist sect that fully enjoys their predatory tendencies and doesn't think highly of mortals. Largely believed to be embroiled in bringing about an eschatological vampire-on-vampire conflict known as the Gehenna War. They were driven away from the West over the last few decades. That's funny because they also mentioned the Gehenna with the ones that aren't full vampires, and I'm forgetting the name right now. So yeah, it's very confusing to me. But whatever. That's an indicator of the Gehenna. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I'm blanking out. Daywalkers. I'm only thinking of the nicknames. Ugh. Anyway, they were driven away from the West over the last few decades. I've heard that New York City used to be Sabbat controlled until 1999. The Lasombra, my clan, used to be the thinkers behind these wackos, but we've since thrown a lot with the Camarilla. Again, I'm practically still a neonate. I just know there's a lot of bad blood between my clan and the others, and that I can expect at least one glare of pure contempt whenever I visit Elysium. Neonate, a teenager in kindred terms, knows more than a fledgling, but still relatively newly embraced. I'm one, and it'll be a few decades before I grow out of these shoes. Ha, I see. We smoke in silence for a short while. Is there a large SI presence in New York City? Man! Sorry. Alright. The Kindred are classified as a terrorist presence. There's no other American city that was hit as hard by terrorism as this one. All secret agencies need symbolic victories. You do the math. And you're still taking these guys on here, of all places. As you can see all around you. Are they extremely dangerous? Almost got me for good last year. Took me a few weeks to get back in action. Then why are you doing this? Those motherfuckers have an unfortunate tendency to hurt people I care about. My brothers, my sisters. I see. I don't know how it is in other cities, but here, Funny enough, they only seem to target marginalized and radicalized kindred, ones that could theoretically pose a threat to the current order. Meanwhile, the establishment in New York City hasn't really changed ever since Calibros stepped down. Quite the opposite. Every SI raid in the city has only strengthened the old paradigm. Almost makes you think that their goal is something other than protecting the citizens from the blank body menace. Tamika throws her cigarette into the puddle, unfinished, and crushes it under her feet. I think I'm going to stop it here, folks. I'm tired, and I need to prep things for my trip tomorrow and message some people, because tomorrow morning I need to do some work to help prepare for things for the trip. Well, probably some more things. I might just stop after a while, but also more importantly, to help prep for my teaching presentation demonstration on Friday night my time, or Friday morning Central Standard Time in the USA. So, dang it, I hit the wrong button. Like, I hit the right button all the other times, and then I hit it right at the end. I thank you all for watching. This has been DarkElf85 on YouTube, or HektontheMage here on PSN, and this has once again been Shadows of New York. Vampire the Masquerade, Shadows of New York. I was going to update part 4 onto my playlist, and then I saw the teaching demonstration message, so I was working on that then afterwards. So I'll try to get both of these up, maybe, I don't know when, but sometime maybe. I'll try, but if not, well, it'll be after Sunday then, or something. I hope you all have a very good rest of the day, night, or anywhere in between. Stay safe out there, folks, and goodbye.